FearnutZ, it's a show where two guys talk to you. Even though you can't talk back, Mr. FearnutZ will feel so much to talking guys. Last 30 minutes to an hour, those two guys that I mentioned have a show named FearnutZ. And you should watch it right now.
Hello, and welcome to this week's episode of the FearnutZ Hour, the best half-hour show on the internet. I am Lord Hokage Saratobi, aka Mr. FearnutZ. Along with me is Agent 47, aka Fearsome. As you notice, we also have three special guests here. We have Jealous, Half-Life Guy, and Chaotix joining us for today's discussion, which is...
we're going to quickly cover anime conventions. We'll run through a couple general knowledge things just to get everybody up to speed on what they are, and then we'll talk to our guests about what they like about the conventions and what they thought about the recent one we went to, Animazement in Raleigh.
Raleigh,
yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah, Raleigh. So,
it's pronounced Raleigh.
To start off with, anime is Japanese animation. The conference is a bunch of people from all over the world gathering up to meet artists, directors, musical guests, voice actors, and things of that nature. Also just to meet each other and share our love for Japanese animation.
Which is... What are you segueing to me on that one?
I just wanted you to continue.
Okay. At the convention... people like to dress up as characters from anime, sci-fi movies, video games, whatever. It's mainly anime at an anime convention, of course, but you also get a lot of video game characters and a lot of movie characters, and even some old 80s cartoon characters, or 90s, like the Freakazoids.
Yeah.
And nearly naked people.
And some of the people are scantily clad in their costumes. Horn dogs, like the guy in the middle, notice that. The rest of us try to keep a little highbrow when we're at these events, but whatever.
Alright, so you know what it is, you know why we go. So let's start talking about some of the experience we had at the recent convention, Animazement. We'll start right here with Jesse, aka Jealous, who just had his first con experience.
Contrary popped.
Right, you got to speak up a little bit because the camera's a good ways away.
Yeah, this is my first convention. I'm not really into anime, but I had a really good time getting to see all the people dressed up. It was pretty cool. Getting to go around and see the different culture. I mean, I really enjoyed it, and I really recommend anybody partially interested to go to anime convention.
All right, we'll go on to Half-Life Guy.
This is now my somewhere between 8th or 10th convention. It stood out pretty well. Probably took more pictures at this one than maybe ever. Some of them were of just figures and posters and stuff that you won't be able to see anywhere. Other ones are, of course, people with good costumes. Probably 80% of them are of chicks, but yeah, can't help that. See a Star Wars chick walking around in red and black and, a lightsaber, you're going to take a picture of her. Got to get some autographs by a couple people, so that was great. They had a game room which had classic arcade games that were like imported from Japan, like Double Dragon
And modded.
Yeah,
ones,
they were heavily modded.
Yeah.
Street Fighter.
And there was one table that had like all of the systems from like Neo Geo to TurboGrafx 16 and Stacking Robot from NES, and they were just lined up on there. A bunch of people were playing the original Bomberman on a projector on NES.
I think that robot has a name.
Yeah,
I think it's like Rob the Robot or some shit.
Yeah.
All right, Chaotix.
Yeah, this is like my 5th convention, and I just love going and mainly spend most of my time in the gaming room. I like all the fighting games and the tournaments and just having a good time, and I love to dance. That's probably my highlight of the conventions, is the dance and just running around, seeing all the people in cosplay and buying stuff and just having a good time with friends. It's just fun to have a good time, relax, and just, kind of like a little kid again, just enjoying yourself and having a good time.
All right. Well, my personal highlight, which is the same for almost all conventions, is the musical guest. This year was Kotoko, who has done a lot of songs for anime and video games, and put on a great show. And also I learned one of the greatest dance moves in the history of the world at the show, which we will of course send a link onto the FearnutZ to show off some of those dance moves. So definitely enjoyed that concert. If you should look up her on YouTube. She has quite a few videos out. Kotoko's definitely the highlight of my con trip. All right.
Oh, it's my turn.
Yes.
Highlight of the con.
Well, let me just preface this by saying some of us had better times than others.
Yeah. I agree with Jesse that if you have an interest in this, even a passing interest, it's fun to try out. If you're not really into anime, just go for a day. Don't do the weekend pass. If you don't want to be surrounded by teenagers, just don't go. Or, again, just do a day.
Or stay liquored up.
And no, that doesn't help, because it's worse to be drunk around teenagers. So the whole liquor approach doesn't help. But I did get to meet some cool people, so that was good. And got to try some good food. Yeah, that was a plus. We ate at some really good places.
Yeah.
If you're in Raleigh, if you're drunk in Raleigh, try Snoopy's. Snoopy's hot dogs and hamburgers. It is amazing. I don't know how it is when you're not drinking, because both times we ate there, I was drinking. But when you guys were sober, was it
Yeah,
good?
it was pretty good.
It was good. The fries had
Fries were excellent.
jalapenos.
And
and,
what was that pizza place that we ate at? That's pretty good. It's like a chain.
Hungry.
Hungry Howie's.
Hungry Howie's.
Hungry Howie's. Yeah, we tried a couple other ones.
And they
Z
were very
pizza.
disappointing.
Skip Z pizza. It's crap.
We had one across from
It was like Sam and Ed's or whatever, something like that. It was just a little diner that had.
What's that Cajun and Creole place? That is like Bartistillas or
Banquist
something.
or something.
Yeah, it's
But
something
the-
with a B, and
but
it's
the
Cajun and
Jack's
Creole,
Burgers.
and it's down by the convention center, and it was amazing. I think we all loved what we got from that place.
Yeah. Well, you guys all got the burger, and then I got 12.
But we got
It was
our
all
burgers
local.
prepared
You always got your
differently.
burger. Yeah, they're
Like
all
mine
different.
had the Cajun seasoning.
That's true.
It was delicious.
It was very good. All right, so now we're going to go to the flip side of the negatives of the con, and we'll
should I start this one off?
we'll save you for last again.
Okay.
All right,
okay.
so we're going to just go back, same order. All right, Jealous, what was your downsides of the con?
I mean, I've never been to any before, so I didn't know what to expect. I guess like the negative would be just having to, walk around all day long.
What'd you think
It's
of the
not
con funk?
The con.
The first time smelling the funk.
Oh, yeah, it was pretty good aroma.
Yeah,
Yes.
the con funk, for those that don't know, is the term given to the pungent aroma that develops pretty early into the con, because a lot of these people don't get outside a lot or a lot of
Even
exercise.
the first day I smelled
It's the
something.
first day in line.
Waiting
Yeah.
in line,
Well, they had us-
I got fucking hit
Yeah.
with like swamp ass.
They had us
It was
standing
ridiculous.
outside in the sun, and that immediately set up the downfall
Yeah.
of the rest of the con, as far as the funk was concerned.
While listening to Ukulele Man.
Yeah. It's because people get these very elaborate costumes, spend hundreds of dollars on them, so they're going to wear them all days of the con. Problem is, that elaborate of a costume,
Well,
I know
now-
I had heavy robes on, I was sweating my ass
That
off.
only makes up a fraction of it, because like, when I get in an elevator with some people in elaborate costumes, I do not dread it nearly as much as the big greasy dudes
That's
that look
true.
like they haven't
Yeah.
changed their t-shirt
Yeah.
and shorts in like a week and a half.
Usually it's anyone that just has like on t-shirts and they just look sweaty. You can tell they've just been up doing everything and they probably like, oh, I missed something if I go take a shower. Screw it.
I don't know. I just
Especially
know
It's just probably some
when they have the like
non-hygienic
greasy matted
people,
hair,
yeah.
that's the people that I'm like, shall we
Especially
for the
the
next elevator?
Kodako concert.
Oh,
guy
yeah.
just pumping, armpit right in my face.
It's because you were fucking crammed into a room that got really hot really quick, and then all the movement from the concert, that started really getting bad by the end.
All right, let's move on.
All right,
Um,
Half-Life guy.
Elevators.
Elevators.
Get in one. You know, you might have to wait. You know, the first couple of times when you get there, you might get lucky. You might wait, 3-5 minutes for an elevator. As the con goes on, it gets more popular by the thousands mark. You have to start cramming in and this and that. It's like, oh, we don't have any room. Here comes in, 2 people weigh 300 pounds. And like, then the elevator starts going off.
All right. First of all, I take offense.
I said 2. I didn't say 1. I said 2.
300 pounders. We are people too.
I said 2.
Now, it is true that
Even though I'm saying, it's already packed.
a 5'3", 300 pounder does take up more space than I do, but
then you got people who want to be dicks, and then they want to just go ahead and push all the buttons to go to all the floors, and you're like, you son of a bitch.
You had somebody do that?
Well,
I would punch a motherfucker in the throat.
I got in the
for that
elevator.
shit.
I got in the elevator wide, that person had already left.
yeah.
Yeah,
And then one guy held the door open for me, and he said, "What floor are you going to?" I said 8. And it's, he gets off at 6, and then he gets off at 7, and he goes ahead and hits 9 through up to 14. So it happened to above me. Luckily, I got out on my floor before it happened to me.
It depends how late in the day if I'd hit that guy or not. If it was too late in the day for
Well,
me to kill
I
him.
could have taken it.
It wouldn't have affected you because you got off on the next floor.
Right, but it's still a dick move.
It's a dick
I
move.
believe in karmic justice.
Because it's
and
already super
enforcing
busy
it.
there. It's already going to stop on the majority of the floors anyway.
But
Yeah.
I have a bone to pick related to that. This is the only con I've ever had a problem with. Escalators Act.
Yeah.
Okay, people that organize Animazement, escalators don't break down, they just become stairs.
Yeah.
There's no reason to fucking rope it off.
Yeah, you don't rope off the escalator.
Especially when the people fucking directing people don't even know where you're going.
Yeah.
Because for some reason in the convention center they had like a set of infinity stairs. I don't know if you guys got directed down to this. I know somebody was with me that did.
Sounds familiar. But
They directed me from one escalator to the other. They're like, this one broken down, use that one down there.
Someone-
I walk down there, they're like, this is broken down, there's some stairs over there. They point me to stairs. Stairs go down half a floor, not down to the next floor so I can walk wherever. Half a floor, they go around a corner, they go back up half a floor and come out in like another doorway. It's just fucking infinite loop, and they have this one little tiny elevator there that holds like 5 fucking people, and when you get 5 people in it, it feels like it's about to fucking drop.
there was a guy that he was telling you which elevator to get on as soon as they opened.
Yeah.
But also, say you have 2, you want to go to an autograph, but they might schedule another one at the exact same time. You're probably gonna miss one.
Yeah, they did have stuff scheduled at the exact same time.
Yeah.
The organizers just really don't seem to know what they're doing, and then
I think it's growing faster than they had been able to anticipate. It's one of those situations.
I'm hopeful that it grows better, but there was that, and there was the fact that at first I thought maybe they didn't have enough people, but then towards the end I was thinking they had too many people.
Yeah.
Because you had the people trying to direct elevators and shit. It's like, motherfucker, we'll figure out which elevator to get into. Go fucking do something useful.
Go clean up that Red Bull puke.
All right, Marcus.
I say this time, what got on my nerves the most is the kids. I mean, so many people just got on my nerves all the time, just being stupid and just driving me crazy. And it's never been like that before, but this time it is really
Yeah, I
driving
don't
me
know if
crazy.
it's just that we're getting older.
Yeah,
And
That is
that
part
could be
of
it. That could
Or
be it.
this one was
But-
just catered towards a younger group. Because it's been a few years since ASIN. It might have been the same, age group from ASIN, but they did not annoy me.
I think
much.
ASIN had a lot more adults, but it had a lot more people,
Yeah, period. Yeah.
And it's more upscale though.
Also-
If kids were trying to pull some of the shit they did in front of fucking ASIN, Chicago cops don't play, they'd have been fucking arresting motherfuckers running around like jackasses.
Yeah.
Also, I feel like some areas in ASIN was a little bit more roomier, maybe, as far as hallways and stuff.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah, they definitely had
So
a bigger
that-
area.
that
and a
doesn't
bigger
help
convention
either.
center.
That didn't help at all either. Our hotel shut down.
Oh,
The power
The
out.
power
Yeah,
went out.
the
And
power did go
it-
out.
theirs, and then my girlfriend's. Hi, baby. And we were like, should we just stay in the room? This,
We're
that,
editing
go
that, by the way.
downstairs? Okay.
It's
Anyway,
going out.
whatever. Anyway,
I'm gonna edit in "fuck you" right before baby.
all right. Anyway. But yeah, the power went out in there, and both the hotels right across from it. And it's like, what if
Didn't
we
bother
left
me
and
any.
tried to
I
get
was
back
standing
in?
out front smoking.
we thought you might have got caught on the elevator.
Yeah.
Now I was
It's like
standing there
something
smoking, all lights went off, and it's like,
Imagine the people that were in the elevators when
Yeah.
that happened.
Marcus woke up freaking out.
Yeah, I didn't know what was going on. I was confused and
These
dazed.
movie, be that movie.
Well, let's see. Probably my biggest downside of this con was once again the people. It was the inconsideration of the people.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
One big thing is you pose.
What
If you
people
contemplate, you want your picture taken. You're spending a lot of money. You spend a lot of time on this. Get out of the fucking way! It's traffic. I always step to the side and got my picture
Yeah.
taken with the pose. There was people who stopped in front of escalators. Had people just piling up behind them because you
Everywhere.
don't want to walk through the picture.
Well, and 90% of the time, I don't know if you noticed this, but it wasn't the subject, it was the fucking photographer.
They just stood there.
The lazy ass
Yeah.
photographers. That was just ridiculous.
I had one girl. She was dressed as Roger Rabbit's girlfriend. What's her name?
Jessica
Roger
Rabbit. That's his wife.
Yeah.
Not his girlfriend.
Okay. Anyway,
Yeah, he doesn't have a mistress.
I said, "Can I take
Yeah.
your picture?" And she said, "Oh, I don't have my gloves on." It's like, who gives a shit about you not having your gloves on? You're wearing the full outfit. Other than that,
You got your boobs. That's all I need.
there you go.
You should have just been like, well, I'm taking it anyway.
All right.
Teach you a lesson.
So, I think I have an idea of what this story's going to be, but we'll go ahead and pass it to
Well,
Pearson.
no. See, I got a laundry list.
12.
And it's all things that could
12.
be fixed pretty easily.
12.
The 12-year-olds were a problem, but see, I got no
Explain the
problem with, like,
12-year-olds.
everybody knows that if you're not 21, you're 12. If
explain
you're
this
not
in
21 or
Yeah.
over, you're 12. Here's the thing, though. Events like this, you expect kids, you expect all ages, especially like teenagers and shit. But normally at cons, like, they will make you, like, in line, they will hand out bracelets that show, like, whether you're under 18, over 18, or some of them even do, like, 18 and then 21. Especially if there's a bar in the hotel, they'll do the 21 thing, which ASIN does that. There wasn't a bar at this hotel. Actually, there was over at the hotel,
at
just
the
not
hotel.
in the
The
convention
convention
center
center
part.
is separate from
Yeah,
the hotel.
and so they didn't do that, and they didn't really do a good job of restricting anything by age at all, because the anime hell is usually just a
wow.
random mix of obscure and weird shit.
There's usually have an opening
And-
disclaimer with that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
99% of the time, those are 18 and over. Because they show, like, nudity, lots of obscenities and shit like that. And this time, they
Boomerang.
still showed that shit, but it was open to all ages. So you had, like, 5-year-old kids see a dude get his dick cut off with a pizza. And it
Boomerang
showed his
pizza.
dick on the ground. And
Use
nobody
condoms.
seemed to mind.
Use condoms. Don't buy used condoms.
Yeah.
And that was another
Handshake.
gripe. That was another gripe related to that. The people working the projectors and shit, even the fucking DJ, did not seem to know what the fuck they were doing. You know, like that last one when we were waiting you guys at the end of the con, we went to like watch some anime, and I jumped out to smoke real quick, came back. Brandon's like, it's not even worth it, because the guy was like fucking up the languages and shit. Like he couldn't get the subtitles or dub right or anything. The dude at the anime hell, it was like fucking like 3 to 5 minute lull times between videos where he was like clicking through his computer because he didn't have shit ready.
It was also an issue with the very first thing we went to see was a Funimation preview.
Oh yeah,
And
the projector.
the projector didn't work the entire time. She's like, well, I have some really great trailers to show you, but...
And here's the thing, those idiots that were wandering around looking for shit to do and pointing out elevators and shit, I'd rather have 2 idiots working on getting the projector ready than 1. At least that increases the odds of them lucking out and actually fixing it. And so, get on that, Animazement organizers. And
Prices of some stuff at the vendors. Well, I mean, I know it's up to them though, but
well, the vendor stuff, the vendors
Be
actually
expected, I
weren't
guess.
bad for as little a con as it is. I was actually kind of impressed with the
Yeah.
vendors.
I
And,
mean,
you
it
know,
wasn't
I
all of
figured
them. It was
you
just kind of
guys-
like one out of every other ones. You might go see a figure for $39, go another one at $60.
Well, but the good thing I liked about that was a lot of them had overlap of products. So if one had a better price, you go with that one, and that's consumerism. That's
Yeah.
capitalism, you know.
And a lot of that had to do with situations like if they had the original box that the figure came in, it's going to bump the price up.
Yeah.
But little kinks like that I think can be worked out. Now the one that they're referring to that I'm a little upset about was, alright. They have junior detectives there. For those of you that don't know what junior detectives are, it's basically like younger people that want to go to the police academy and be a cop someday, and they have a little junior detective program that's like a Cub Scout that wants to be a cop. And one of them was in the elevator when me and this guy were joking about people doing E at the rave. It was like 2 lines back and forth between us. Nothing. It was fucking nothing. We were obviously joking. It was such bullshit.
Disregard the fact he has a beer in his hand, too. That doesn't help at all.
I did have a beer in my hand. But I had a beer in my hand, and I fucking basically looked like I just came from a wedding, because I was hitman earlier in the day, and so I had my jacket off and tie. I still had the dress shirt, dress pants, and everything. And finished my beer, threw it away. The guy keeps fucking following us. I go to smoke, then he starts following these 2, and keeps following them for a while. I'm sitting out there smoking, minding my own fucking business, and these 2 security guards and a fucking cop come up on me, out of nowhere.
Well, first that guy, though, said that,
Oh, the one guy in the elevator said something like, oh, you want to get rid of that beer, like, we can't let you into the rave, because we
I
mentioned
want to watch
we were
what you're
on the
saying
rave.
around me because I'm a staff member.
Yeah, something like that, some stupid shit.
I'm sure that's how it went.
Yeah, that's what it was. It was him, because I talked to the security guard about it later, the head security guard guy. But anyway, I'm sitting there minding my own business, and just listening to my music and smoking a cigarette. These fuckers come up, and they're like, we got reports, or they're like, do you have a tattoo on the back of your head? I said, I got a temporary one. So they say, what were you doing at the rave? I've only been in there for like 10 minutes to find my friends, and then I came back out to smoke. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Well, we got reports that you're dealing drugs at the rave. Not like we heard you talking to somebody about drugs or anything like that. No, we have reports that you were seen dealing drugs at the rave. Complete bullshit. But I got nothing to hide at this point. I know I'm clean as fuck. I don't even have beer on me anymore. I drank it and threw the bottle away. So they got absolutely nothing on me at this point. So when they asked to search me, I'm like, by all fucking means. Stand up, they pull up my gear, fucking check all my pockets, all that shit. And like the security guards are still on the cop. Oh, did you check this? Did you check this? The cop's getting aggravated because they're obviously wasting his fucking time. I don't have anything. They're trying to like check behind the fucking bench and everything. Like, it's fucking ridiculous. All around me is just cell phone cameras videoing this shit. So I'm standing there with a cigarette slowly burning down to the filter in my mouth, fucking spread eagle and shit, getting searched. Finally I'm like, can I at least spit my cigarette out and stomp it on the ground? Because it's about to burn me. And the cops, I don't care, just do whatever. See, I don't think he was even aggravated with me. I think he was aggravated with security, like wasting his fucking time. It finally gets done, and like, they weren't even apologetic at all at first. Like, I was like, good luck finding the dude or whatever. It wasn't me, though. Go on about your business. And so they went and just walked off. And I sat back down, lit a cigarette since I just wasted my previous one. Fucking like half a dozen motherfuckers come running over. What was that? What's going on? I was like, nothing. I thought I was dealing drugs. I wasn't. End of story. Oh, we got it on camera. I'm fucking YouTube it right away and shit. Like, fucking, it's ridiculous. And then finally, the head security guard comes back over. He's like, oh, I apologize. I apologize for the inconvenience, blah, blah. Trying to all chum it up with me. And then, later, I didn't say anything to that heaven girl. That security guard that she thought was, like, coming over looking at her. He was looking past her at me. It was the same one that brought the cop before. Yeah.
Oh.
It was the same one that brought the cop to pat me down, and then later came back and apologized. He had been keeping an eye on me every time I fucking walked by. And we saw that little fucking junior officer again. He's fucking looking at us sideways. It's fucking ridiculous. Just ridiculous. One little joke, and all of a sudden I'm fucking public enemy #1. That was insane.
So if you have a link to the video, post it in the comments.
Yeah, if anybody sees a video of a dude getting patted down at Animazment and he's in a white dress shirt, just send that to me because I want it. I want it. I think it'll be fun.
All right.
Maybe they'll get you a prize or something.
Let's do some closing statements of what your single favorite moment of the con was?
Single favorite moment. Did somebody get blowjobs or something I don't know about?
Well, Marcus was
Oh,
well known for
yeah.
holding it in and swallowing.
Wow.
See, most of the best moments are private moments.
Right. I mean, that probably is just getting to hang out with your friends.
Laughing so hard in the room at night with saying just some dirty ass shit and making him practically throw up from laughing so hard. So, yeah.
I think we already covered best moments.
We covered best moment. Let's cover why we continue to go to the cons. Is what I was trying to get at.
Well, I think that we all just summed it up there. Basically, just to hang out. Just it's an excuse for us all to get together.
Because I'm not into anime hardly at all, but I would still go back.
Yeah.
I'd come back, hang out with you guys.
All right.
I'd rather us meet at ASIN next year.
Maybe cosplay. one time.
ASIN is definitely bigger and better than what Animazement was to offer. As I said to Alan on the ride home, it would be really dependent on the musical guest if I would attend next year's Animazement.
Yeah.
I really liked Kotoko going in, so I enjoyed that. But if they had someone who I didn't really know, I probably would have skipped it. And yeah, if you're up north, hit up Animazement. If you're, or not Animazement, Anime Central.
Yeah.
If you're up north.
Yeah. Basically, I think there's a couple bigger cons that I would rather go to. With the number one anime con being Anime Central, that I would rather go to.
That's one of my favorites. Is ASIN.
That's my first. This too.
But this one, I wouldn't be against giving another chance.
Yeah.
If they work on some of those key things, I think it could be good.
It missed a lot of things that, it was close misses on a lot of things. Like the DJ just wasn't that good.
Yeah, the DJ, yeah, we forgot to really elaborate on that earlier. The DJ, first of all, there was like no transition whatsoever. He didn't meld anything together or even mix it. It just jumped from one track to the next.
Like he wasn't even.
And there was no fucking rhyme or reason to his song selection. Like it would go like fucking like a fucking club track from 2 years ago to a fucking random Japanese track, and then just all over the fucking place. And it was really hugely disappointing.
The last person was really good though. Well, they're a lot better anyway. I mean, they played the Ninja Rap remix.
Yeah, I don't think it was that they were so good. It was that the other person was so bad. How can
Well,
they
that was actually the same person. DJ.
To me, it was like there was no interaction with the
Oh,
audience.
you're talking about the second night when he was actually doing something. He was actually up on stage and shit. Because the first night he was completely phoning it in.
Oh, I didn't go to that.
So the second night was a little better because he was at least paying attention to what he was doing. But still, there was nothing to show that he was a skilled DJ of any kind.
All right. Well, guess that pretty well wraps it up. Probably running about time now. So.
Seems like there's something we didn't touch on now.
Covered
Asians looking, a lot older than they are.
Oh, I know what we didn't touch on.
right.
One of my
one more thing.
peeves.
Another we're going to turn so many people off the con.
Listen. But here's the thing, though. But this is all shit that the con
Need to work on.
Yeah, that they can work on. All right. The people acting like jackasses, the people outside, I can understand them being limited as to what they do. The people fucking standing in the back of screening rooms or just in the middle of the screening room or whatever, fucking yelling out their thoughts, fucking Mystery Science Theater fucking style. Ridiculous. Those people should have fucking been booted out. If I didn't want to stay for the con, I would have gladly fought them and got booted out because it was fucking annoying, it was obnoxious as hell, and it was completely uncalled for. I do not need somebody when we're watching a fucking anime set in space where all they had to do was like fucking kiss or something to understand each other for him to be like, fire can't heal people, that's outlandish. You know what? He's a jackass. He deserved to be punched in the throat. That was the stupidest thing I've ever heard anyone say. If you're watching something like that and you're fucking worried about realism, obviously you're a fucking idiot.
Get the fuck out.
See, this goes back to the people. I mean,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Like people at the rave with their glow sticks who get threatened to get body slammed.
That's because some people don't know rave etiquette. I mean,
Yeah.
you're gonna bump into each other. You're gonna hit each other. It's gonna happen. You don't have to
Woo,
go
I'm gonna
back
take
and
up
slam
8
into
feet
people.
around
Not
me with
face.
glow sticks.
Yeah, and you are dealing with a lot of social awkwards at cons. There's a lot of people who don't get out much but enjoy going to the cons.
So they're very starved for attention
Yeah.
when they do go to the
They,
cons.
they are. But, you know, like we said, we've all been to multiple except for Jesse, so there's obviously that appeal of just the camaraderie, you know, getting to see some good anime. You can find some good deals, get to hear some good music. I mean, the pros outweigh the cons. That's why we continue
It's
to go.
definitely a fun experience.
I honestly, I think if the organizers just put a little more effort into it, I think it could be really good. Because, like, I only sat in on, like, 2 or 3 panels the whole weekend. But every one of them, I know there was one that a couple of us went to with the old school RPGs.
Oh yeah.
Every one of them was like really disorganized and shit like that. Like, you know, like the fucking guy didn't even know what he was like doing. Half the
He said he
time.
didn't know PowerPoint.
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't like he couldn't even activate the slides. He was just scrolling down and clicking, and you were just seeing the preview. And he didn't even know, like he hadn't even played half the fucking games on the list, and he's up there talking about them. Like what the fuck?
Oh, so
It was not really. That was more just an open discussion led by a cosplayer who just
Right, yeah, and I didn't expect him to be like the end all fucking wealth of knowledge or anything. But if you're making a presentation
Yeah.
about something, you should know something about each slide you pull up. You should be able to say something besides, "Oh, I don't know about this game. I never played it. Did anybody play it?"
And
that should not be your presentation.
If you're talking about Super Nintendo RPGs, you throw in Super Mario RPG, one of the greatest games ever made.
They at
He
least-
just skipped it.
did they at least mention Earthbound?
Yeah, he definitely mentioned Earthbound, but he also mentioned the Adventure or Link to the Past, which Link to the Past is an action game, not an RPG.
Yeah.
I don't even play those, and I know that one at least.
Yeah, see, there's just a lot of that, a lot of disorganization. They didn't really put any time into it. And I talked to one of the guys that was doing a panel, and he said that basically just some of the, I guess, people that continue to come there, some of the regulars, the organizers are just like, hey, you want to do a panel? And if they feel like it, then they just give them a half-hour slot, and they can talk about whatever they want. Which wouldn't be bad if there was some more charismatic people and we're just having a good time or whatever, but instead it's just awkward. And
Well, we'll definitely have to push for the FearnutZ Hour to get its own panel next year.
that is a great idea. We can't show them this episode though.
Yeah. Well, no, we can show them this episode, and hopefully they learn from it. Because, like we said, we really enjoyed the con overall. We're talking about going back if the situation works out, and it's someone musically interesting that we want to see.
Yeah, I mean, like next year, I see us definitely trying a day. I don't see us doing the weekend pass again just because we're so tepid after this year. You know, like, will they get a lot of these things addressed?
I had one more thing. One bit of inconsistency that I ran into was I was getting an autograph. This was on a Friday, and I went in and sat through maybe 10 minutes of like a Q&A panel with 2 voice actresses, and this dude like passed out like these tickets. Oh, you need this ticket to get an autograph. I was like, okay, no, whatever. So I get up in my line. I didn't catch anyone giving theirs when they got on stage to get the autographs, and I was like, who do I give this to? She's like, oh, you just keep it for a souvenir. I'm like, I don't really need this souvenir. I've got their autograph. Well, whatever.
Yeah.
So I go to one Saturday, and I was like, okay, well, I don't need that ticket. I'll miss their Q&A, and I was going a little bit later and then just get in line. And so I started talking to one guy who was there for a Dragon Ball Z autograph. He's like, oh, you got your ticket? And I was like, I don't have one. He's like, there's this douchey dude up there who's collecting tickets. And I was like, I just had a ticket yesterday, and they didn't even bother collecting them, and so you're saying I need one for this? I was like, this isn't cool. But luckily, the guy was fine. He said it didn't matter. If I happened to have one, he took it, so I still got to get my autograph.
Yeah.
But if he hadn't, I'd have been screwed.
Well, and I think part of that was like a lot of the things they had staff and security mixed together, and they didn't seem to be on the same page at all. Like the line for was it the Masquerade or whatever?
I didn't make it down for the Masquerade.
No, it was I think what was the one?
The Codeco.
No, I think it was the concert.
Was fucking
Yeah,
huge line.
where they had like they were basically just having security wing it, depending on how many people showed up there. And so, like, the line, like, started over here, and it kind of went along the wall, and then they're like, oh, it keeps going. Stretched back down, like, in front of the little concession table or whatever. Oh, it's still going. Let's stretch it down across where the fucking escalator comes out and shit. Oh, it's still going. Let's go this way.
Yeah.
And let's go down this wall. And then let's come up this wall. And then let's go down this staircase.
And then around the corner.
It took us fucking forever just to find the end of the line because nobody fucking knew which direction it was going or anything. And
I mean, it was a similar situation with that for opening ceremonies. And we just walked in.
Yeah.
As soon as we saw the line moving, we're just like, fuck it. Just walked in. We ended up getting like right up close to the stage. We should have
Just
just
so
stayed there for
many,
the
so many
concert.
breaks. Like in between.
It definitely wasn't well organized. But that is something I've noticed at pretty much all the cons.
Yeah.
It's pretty much entirely a volunteer staff.
yeah.
And, you know, they don't really have any training or anything to handle the masses.
It just, like, the two things would have helped it really easily. Some direction for the staff. I didn't really, other than security, I didn't see anyone, like, outranking anyone else and, like, telling them where to go or what to do. And two, some rope.
Ropes.
Some fucking
Yeah.
ropes. That would have simplified everything. If they had a nice little zigzag line going to the fucking events, boom, done.
Masking tape on the carpeted floors, at least even.
Anything.
Anything to guide people, because as we mentioned, I mean, these are mainly younger people there, and kids don't give a fuck and they don't know any better. So you have to tell them, you have to guide them, or they're just stupid and they wander off.
All right. Well, good enough spot to wrap it up.
On kids being stupid.
On the episode, we'll just. I know we said we were going to talk about anime this week, and we even said we were going to shoot on location, but it just didn't work out to shoot on location. And then we figured with everything for the con, we'll run long. So next week we'll talk about anime. This week we are wrapping up here. So as
We
always,
didn't even touch on the costumes, really.
well, we're going to post pictures of the costumes, and we'll leave comments on that. So you'll be able to see our gallery of our 2012 anime.
But I got one thing to add on costumes.
All right.
Alright, if you are a dude and have mutton chops, wrapping some cardboard fins in aluminum foil does not make you Wolverine and is not a costume. It makes you a lazy douche.
Just like L from Death Note. Throwing on jeans, slunching over, white long t-shirt. I have L Tourette syndrome. Someone was with me the other day. He was going down the escalator, and I was maybe 3 feet from him. I just started chanting lazy. Lazy.
Man, you're mean.
You're kind of a jerk.
It was jeans and a white
I
long
mean,
t-shirt.
when I made fun of the Naruto shadow clone who just had a headband, that's not a costume. You had a headband that you spent $5 on. That was lazy. You know, Elle, Elise, you know,
Yeah,
they
that's how you
At least
do
you
the
got
hair
a
or something.
character.
The character, yeah.
Alright.
But
I'm
all
just,
right.
alright.
I know you saw the douches walking around in a fucking tank top with mutton chops.
Yeah.
Like, holding some aluminum foil, like, I'm Wolverine. No, you're not.
Or the bison helmet people. Whatever.
All right.
Oh, yeah, I don't know what was up with that.
We'll wrap it up there. As always, friend us on Facebook, like us, or follow us on Twitter, and then subscribe to the YouTube channel. Send this out to your friends and family. Start spamming it. We got to get our viewership up.
Yeah, and if you got any pictures of anybody in the group from Animazement,
Yes.
go ahead and send us a link to them or send them to us. He was the giant-ass Hokage.
With the white dude.
I was
Can't miss him.
Watanuki from XXX Holic, but no one took my picture, so except for me. So.
Nobody took your picture with your pipe fox?
No, I did have 6 people knew that I had
actually-
a pipe fox. You were one of them. Only 2 girls said I was Watanuki. So only 2 people actually knew my actual character.
I
But
actually don't
pictures
have many
taken.
people take pictures of me as Agent 47 so much as people scanning my
barcode.
barcode.
To
All
link
right.
you to this
Yeah.
podcast.
We did get like 8 hits from it. So,
Nice.
there we go.
All right. So we'll wrap up there. This is the FearnutZ Hour signing off.